and then I can start talking. I'll know when in a second. Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James. I am with the Green Party News. I also have my co-host, Steve CORREA. Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you, James. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, man. Good to have you here. So just to let you know, myself and Steve will be presenting information to the masses, mainly of California, helping out candidates, bringing to certain events and rallies that are coming up, basically to give our support for the candidates, for the party, and for all those people that want to come on and be a part of the Green Party in California or everywhere else for that matter. But I'm saying right now we need this party more than anything. I mean, Steve, do you agree that this party is the party of the future?
Yeah. I think this party is the only party.
It's the only party. I look at it like a wedge between the two-party oligarchy. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah, very true. So, and we have candidates out there right now that are running, which is good. We also have a lot of things that we can discuss, but mainly what we'll be discussing most of all is basically giving you some information on the candidates and also on the events, like I said, that are coming up. What the Green Party stand for, what we do stand for, what we're supporting, what we're against, information that'll help you know more about us. So if you are new to the party, you can come here and listen to us and learn more about the party. And we're going to do this probably every other week. We were going to do it every month, but I think we can do it if we can keep it short every week, just for like 15 or 20 minutes. So let's just kind of move right into it. Now, what I believe is super important for everyone to know is we have a primary coming up. Am I correct, Steve, in June?
Yeah, actually, I just got my booklet with all the information on all the candidates.
So, like,
that's awesome. Do we have something we can put up for people to see who our California candidates are?
Yes, I have for the House. Just made this picture here.
Oh, that's awesome. Let me go ahead and put that up, make it bigger. So for House of Green candidates from California, we have Louis Elbinger. And Louis, what is he like? He's an attorney or something?
He worked in the State Department for a very long time. I don't remember exactly.
The State Department. That's pretty big. That's having some definite. That's good to have on your resume, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sadie Fulton, she's running for California District 2, correct? She's also a campaign manager, I believe, for Josh Jones.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Yeah. Awesome. I met her. Actually, she came over with Josh and Eric Rydberg. We had a good time talking about, what we're going to be doing and the vision that we have and what we're trying to accomplish for the Green Party, which is not just about us. That's the great thing about the Green Party is we're about everybody else. We would like to be your employees. And I am now trying to do whatever I can for you guys. We also have Jason Kishinev. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think I'm close on that. He's running for California District 5. How's he doing? I've never talked to him yet. How's he doing? Okay? Or do you know anything about him?
Yeah, I don't know exactly because I'm not close to his area, but it looks like he has a good campaign. He's always out and doing things, getting people registered and volunteering.
Excellent. And then Chris Richardson was on Montauk with James, which is another show that I have.
Mm-hmm.
He was great, very informative, has a lot of great information. He is who's the doctor? No, the doctor is Rodolfo. Okay, but Chris Richardson definitely is a plethora of knowledge in regards to political history. He does have, I believe, a master's degree. He has a pretty good chance. He is on the ballot. He's ready to roll. He's ready to go. Okay, and then we also have Barry Hermanson. Hermanson, California District 12. You know anything about him? Because I'm not really familiar with Barry.
So he was the only candidate that ran for House. I think in
I think in
2016 up
2016
to 2010, maybe.
he
He
is
is in San Francisco running against Nancy Pelosi.
excellent. Take that multimillionaire out of freaking off. She's so worthless. So worthless.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm glad that he's going after her. That somebody has to. Somebody has to.
And he's already had elections, so he's already has
A following.
big percentages.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. So he has somewhat of a base. He's got a following. He actually has somewhat of a chance. I'd like to see all these guys up on the podium. That's our goal too, is to get as many as we can of these candidates in California up on the podium, challenging these people on what they support, what they don't support, and going after them, tooth and nail, and trying to wedge themselves between the two-party oligarchy. We have had on my show, Montauk with James, Angelica Duenas. She was such a delight to have on my show. She's running for California District 29, doing very well. She's building a base quick. She's out there. She's gathering a lot of supporters and doing a fantastic job. Somebody that will soon be on my show, Kenneth Mejia. He is really rocking it. He's been strong since the get-go. He's had a lot of publicity. He was just recently on Jimmy Dore, and he's been on a lot of other shows out there in the social media, and his name is really starting to make a staple out on social media, and even in mainstream media. I think he's had mention of him on several occasions. So Kenneth Mejia will soon be on my show, Montauk with James, and he might be on this show as well, because we will have some spotlights and bring some people in every once in a while just to do a quick Q&A, which I think will be really fun for us, for me and Steve. Also, who's been on Montauk with James is Rodolfo Cortez. Rodolfo Cortez is a doctor of psychology, right? Doctor of psychology. His interview with me was just fantastic. This kid nailed everything completely. All these guys are just amazing people, very intelligent, very real. These are the kind of people you want to hang out with. This is the kind of person you could say, hey, could you hold this $100 for me for a year? And they would. And you would get it back. And that's the kind of character that these people have. It's just amazing. You won't find that from Nancy Pelosi. You won't find that from Dianne Feinstein. You won't find that from a lot of the representatives out there. Miguel Zuniga was on my other show too. He's running for California 43. Very energetic, out there pounding the pavement. All these guys are out there passing out their flyers, doing a lot of door to door. They call it feet to the street. It's just truly, truly amazing the work that Miguel is doing right now. She is a local down there in Oceanside. I think she's running against Dana Warbacher, right? I think
she's running in the seat that is vacated by Daryl
Issa. I meant to say Daryl Issa. Sorry, I get those two mixed up because they're both criminals. Criminals. You always get criminals mixed up. Anyway, thank you very much, Steven. Okay, but yeah, she's doing a great job. She's social media. She rocks it. Have you ever seen her memes? Have you ever read a lot of her? She's mem city, but she's so good. Her points of interest are perfect. Her narratives are spot on. It's just amazing. She definitely deserves to have this position. I know that she's going to do whatever she can for the families and the people of that district. And all these people are going to do such a fantastic job. It's like this, and this is why we support these people. We have a lot, and I'm going to say a lot of corruption, and we have a lot of, collusion and corruption and greed. The heinous and terrible acts and the actions of our current legislators, judiciaries, and executives are just beyond belief, and they continue to act like this. We have people that are, we just had Renton, who's a Democrat, who actually supported single payer, right? And then all of a sudden he went to, and then when it came up for him to vote for, he moved against it, along with Jerry Brown. For single payer for everybody in California. I mean, there are people dying because of these jerk offs. They're all embedded with big pharma, big Silicon Valley, uh, uh, big coal, big. Most of them are totally embedded with the military industrial complex. It's ridiculous and it's totally and absolutely wrong. The biggest thing that I like to talk about is how we're growing and how we're becoming like a how we're moving and faster that we're moving as a party. And this is information I think would be important for some of the candidates out there to go over. And I think Steve has something on the percentages. Maybe you can present that if you've got it up for us, Steve. We are continuously growing in numbers, and it is not stopping anytime soon. We're getting big. If you have that in regards to, let me see if you have that up right now. There it is. So this is what's good to have and good to know, and something that you'd want to use as a candidate or just in the party, or if you're part of the Green Party, let people know that now let's look at the Republicans between 2008 2016 presidential elections votes for the Republican candidate grew from 32,000 to 300, 32,341 to 34,179, a gain of only 5.7%. 5.7. In the same time period, Democrat candidate votes dropped from 15 to 16,000 to 13,000, with a drop of 18%. Libertarian Party, of course, nobody's happy with both parties. They grew tremendously at 751%. But the Green Party, the Dem exit, the Libertarian exit, the Republican exit, they are all coming to the Green Party. And we've grown tremendously, 895.8%, which is definitely gigantic and definitely huge. We also, which is great about this party, and things that would be important for the candidates to discuss and to possibly get their message out, is how you might get this question every once in a while of the co-opting from the Justice Democrats to how the Tea Party used to be and how they were co-opted. And that is the biggest fear right now. And thank you very much for that, Steve. You have um, you had the Tea Party, right, which is here in the middle. This is their shield. This is their brand. This is their logo. That was an old lie. Okay, let's try to get that out there. That was the old lie. The old lie was, um, we're fighting for you. We're libertarians. We're going to do whatever we can to save this. But they were disenfranchised, and they were also co-opted immediately, and they started being bussed into all these rallies, and they started being fed these giant smorgasbords of food to keep them active by the Republican Party, which totally took them over because they succumbed to the money. They succumbed to the wealth. They succumbed. They took they took the bait, and they got hooked, and they were caught, and now they're dead and they're gone. The new lie is the Justice Democrats, in my professional opinion, and I know a lot of people think that they're not, but it still has the word Democrat in it, and it's, in my professional opinion, and everybody in the Green Party will totally agree that it is um, just a prelude to the DNC. They're just a prelude to the DNC. Something that the candidates, I believe, should use out there that I think is very important. But the Green Party is about no more lies. We're about keeping it real. We are very transparent. We're very upfront. Since 1985, we've held the same values and the same morals, and our ethics have not changed. In my professional opinion, or from my perspective, and Steve, would you agree that we are what the rest of the country is finally catching up to. Would you kind of agree with that?
Yeah.
Because we've always wanted single payer, right? We've always wanted um, higher wages, equality for all. We've always supported LGBT. We've always wanted better infrastructure. We've always wanted to mend relations with countries around the world that we've created wars with, right? We've always wanted to bring our troops home. We've always wanted universal single payer healthcare. We've always wanted that as well. There's just so many things that we've wanted as a party that a lot of other parties are just finally understanding that that's what the majority of the voting U.S. Republic wants. And I'll just say it again: universal, full, comprehensive dental, vision, health, everything, feet, toes, all the way up to the top of your head, everything covered. Healthcare, money out of politics for sure. Overturn Citizens United, get rid of McCutcheon versus the FEC. They want $17. We're going for 17 plus per hour, and then we may negotiate to 15. But you can't start at 12. You'll probably end up at 10. Our minimum hourly wage for everybody, free college tuition, and I'm talking daycare for people. Single moms and single dads out there are having a hard time, and our candidates are pushing right now to help pre-K or pre-kindergarten free care for them, so you can get to the job, so you can do the work that you need to do, so you can be more productive for the community. Of course, when everybody wants to be that, and then also all the way up to free college and tuition, at least at a community college level, so you could at least have an AA or some type of degree to help you with your career, and not have to pay these god awful amounts for college all over the place. Of course, we want major colleges, but you know what? If we could just get community college being paid for and let everybody go to school, I'm not just talking about an 18-year-old. We're not just, please let people know that, fellow candidates out there. I'm not a candidate. Maybe I might be one day, but what I'm saying is not just 18-year-olds. We're talking 20-year-olds. We're talking 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50, whatever age you are. You should have a card that says, I can get an education and get a degree, and I don't have to pay for it. And I think that would be huge. It'll also bring us all and make us smarter. Because, Steve, would you agree with this that the two-party oligarchy wants to keep us stupid? Yeah. They want to keep us just mindless. They want to keep us mindless, right? So that's what we don't want. The other thing and we want that college tuition to be taken care of all the way. So mending relations with all these nations, all the victimized nations, take care of that. We want and absolutely want no more electoral colleges. That's just ridiculous. How does that make any sense? When somebody's got the popular vote, yet somebody else loses, it's just asinine. We support paper ballots. We also support ranked choice voting, which I think is the fairest process out there. And candidates, I think you guys should really look into everything I'm just talking about and present that. Present it. Use it as your narratives. Use it as your talking points. This is the thing about the two parties that really gets me, and I'm glad that Steve brought this up right here. If you haven't figured it out, guys, if you haven't figured it out, something you might want to also indicate, okay? Both parties will spy on you, right? Both parties, nobody had a big fit about net neutrality. I think there was like one person, but they both got paid. When net neutrality started becoming a threat, these telecommunications companies sent money to both sides. They sent thousands, hundreds of millions of dollars, almost even billions when they totaled it up, to a lot of these people that were voting yay or nay on net neutrality. So that's being threatened. Our ability to have our own, to have our own to have our privacy, for us to have our own privacy. Oh, what just happened? Oh, this is a test, by the way. This is only a test. Okay. I think I just messed up the picture. Okay, there we go. All right, so both parties are spying you. Both parties start illegal wars. Everybody's known that. If you're watching Jimmy Dore, you'll know that. If you're watching a lot of people out there on me that aren't on mainstream media, you'll know that these wars are for the profit of the military-industrial complex, which which I'd say all of the legislators that are on the Hill are beholden to, which is really sad. Both parties are owned by banks, definitely. They're all embedded with Wall Street. All right. Both parties are slaves to the corporations, neoliberals on the left, and just total corporatist capitalists on the right. And they don't care about you. Both parties will continue to the police state. They want that military police to control you, so they can keep you at bay. So they can keep you at bay, and that needs to be for all you candidates out there as well. That needs to come out for people to see. So I think that's also very, 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 very important for everybody to know and make sure they have that information. The biggest thing that's happening out there that people are talking about is like the deep state, the shadow government. It's like a hybrid association that's out there that's kind of very. Let's just say that there are some things that are happening out there that are kind of scary. And I mean, Steve, come on, you know that there are things that are happening out there that just don't make sense. Am I right? It just seems wrong. It's just not making sense when it comes to people that are being assassinated. And I mean, not to throw out any crazy conspiracies, but would you say there's somewhat of a deep state or shadow government or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
You
You
see,
see,
when the
when the
president doesn't
president
matter,
doesn't
and you
matter,
still get
you
the
still
same
get the same
policies,
policies.
government's
The
still going
government's
to
still
run
going to run
the way it
the
is
way it
because
is
of the
because
deep
of the
state,
deep
because
state,
it
because it
does what it
does what
wants
it
to do
wants to do
without
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 anything to stop
anything
it.
to stop it.
Which is part of the two-party oligarchy. I mean, when it's all said and done, they're going to protect their ping pong match that they've been having forever, right? Am I right, Steve? Yeah. So that's pretty much what's going on. And they're deeply embedded. So we're going to get a big shovel, and it's going to have a big green handle on it, and we're going to slice and we're going to pull this disgustingness out from the roots, and we're going to get rid of it, and it's going to help. And the show like this, which is a Green Party News, that we're going to be presenting information to you guys on events and things that are happening in the future. We're going to be doing that. Plus, we're going to throw out this information to you guys as it comes along, which I think is also going to be very helpful for you as well. And I don't know if Steve has this picture yet, but I just sent it to him. It's the one where you have. I could post this if you don't. If you have the one where you have the Bushes and the Clintons and everybody hanging out together. Do you have that one yet, or I can show it?
No.
I will go ahead and show it real quick because I just got this. This is fantastic. You gotta watch this. So George Carlin said, okay, and this is something that you guys might want to bring up when you're out there. Anybody that's listening, it's a club. The club, and it's not really a huge club, but it's just a group of elite people that are out there, a group of very elite people. And they all hang out together, they all party together, they all know where their money's coming from. And you aren't part of that group. You aren't part of that group. I mean, look at all of them right now. It's just all about money. It's all about money. It's all about power. It's all about influence. It's all about that. Hey, Steve, how are you doing, buddy? Good seeing you, man. Glad you're here. But so that's pretty much it. We're just going to do whatever we can to bring you guys in some information. Oh, just give me a second. I've got one other thing I want to put out there that I've got to get out to the people. I'm going to send it to Steve right now if he can post it up for me. It's I sent it to his messenger and Facebook. Listen, we're still getting the tweaks. We're still tweaking this a little bit, getting out the kind of cleaning it up to make sure it's good for you guys and going to work for you guys. And we're going to have some more information for you as we start doing this more often. But it's going to be quick. Get the information out. I'll show you about the events. Let's see if Steve got. Did you get that up yet? I just sent it to your messenger. So that's basically what we're going to do is we're going to present this Green Party News as news for the Green Party. So it's information that we know that you, as a Green Party member, can either, or candidate, can use. Oh, thank you very much. That's it. So I sent this out through everybody, and I made it in like 3 minutes. I just put it together. But what needs to happen out there, and I know you guys agree with this, is we need to be seen, we need to be noticed, and brand our Green Party olive branch. Because we want people to come together with us. We want people to be a part of our group. We want people to to evolve with us. We want people to be with us. So all I'm saying is that we're going to start creating and making, um, with the Green Party, these olive branch bands, bandanas, necklaces, armbands, ankle bands, knee bands. You know, you can wear all of them all over the place. But what that's going to do is that's going to tell is you're going to be able to be noticed. People will be able to go, oh my God, there's the Green Party olive branch. That's a Green Party person. Because I've been to so many events where I've never really noticed a Green Party person. You know, even if they're wearing a green shirt, I don't know. But this is a perfect indicator of, you know, it is a Green Party person. I'm not saying it has to look like this. It could just be a flat band. It could be stretchy or whatever. But as long as it has, the Green Party uh, G on there with the olive branch kind of in the center, that's how we're going to do it and make it. So everybody will have that when they go out and do things and see things and be a part of things. So when you're standing there on the podium, or you're out in front of a bunch of people, or you're between the lens of a camera, whether it's for Democrats or Republicans, but get in front of that camera and let them know you're there. And they'll go, and people will start to say, we're talking about mainstream media pundits and mainstream media reporters and mainstream media hosts will go, my God, these sons of bitches are everywhere. They pop into our screens all the time. That's what we need to do. It's free advertising. You've got to take advantage of that. So we're going to start doing that, and we're going to start pushing it, and it's going to be a great model for us. Does that make sense to you, Steve, at all, to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to, I mean, I went to the Women's March in Santa Ana a couple months ago, and I think I was the only person I noticed that was from the Green Party there. I knew there were some that were there, but I didn't hear about it till later because we couldn't identify each other. You know, I was going to wear a grass skirt with a coconut bra, but that was probably a little too much, and it would have been misogynistic, and Women's March, it probably wouldn't went well at all. But I do believe that this is something that would definitely be noticed. Uh, People will document it, and I think it's something that we definitely need to start doing. So we're going to just start doing it. We're just going to start doing it, start pushing it. Like I said, you don't have to wear it out. I mean, if you want to wear an actual olive branch on your head, that's cool. That's fine with me. But let the plants grow. We're still green, right? But these are things that we have to wear and use so that we can be noticed. And I think that pretty much covers everything that we're going to be doing for this program, which I'm going to show you where it's at and what it's going to look like on my page here. There it is right there. I'm just going to share it real quick. There it is right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Green Party News with James Young and Steve CORREA, California edition. Okay? And other states can do whatever they want, but this is going to be the place, again, where people can come. We're going to have information for them. We're going to talk about our candidates and what they're doing, where they're going to be at, and what functions they're going to be at, because we're going to have that information for them. So candidates, if you're watching this, and I'm going to say this to you, please let us know what you're doing, what your schedule is, where you're going to be at, so we can tell everybody else to join you. There's nothing better than showing up to give a speech or do some questions and answers, and for a bunch of people to be there and support you. Correct? Correct. Anyway, could you put if you don't mind, Steve, could you please put back up all the candidates one more time for California?
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it, buddy. Awesome. All right, one more time. U.S. House Green candidates for California. One more time. Louis Elbinger, California, District 1. Sadie Fulton, California, District 2. Jason Kesheneff, California, District 5. Chris Richardson, California, District 7. Barry Hermanson, California, District 12. Angela Duenas, California, District 29. Kenneth Mejia, California, District 34. Rodolfo Cortez, California, District 40, Miguel Zuniga, California, District 43, and Danielle St. John, California, 49. Please do, if you are watching, if you're a Green Party, registered Green Party person, and you're watching this, look, and we'll have all their information in the Green Party News. We'll have how to get in touch with them, how to donate to them. We'll have that also in the notes on the YouTube channel for you guys to look at, and so you can know what they're doing and go to their Facebooks, go to their Twitters, go to their websites, and learn and help and support them as much as possible. But that's pretty much it. Steve, I want to say, Steve CORREA, thank you so much for being part of this, and I think we're going to have some fun in the future doing this, bro. Do you have anything you want to say before we kind of part and say aloha to everybody and hasta la vista?
Thank you
Oh,
for
thank you
having
for
me.
having.
We're doing this.
We're doing this. Oh, no problem. It's all, look, I'm Green. I'm a standing General Assembly member. I'm also part of the media committee of the Green Party in California, and I'm looking to help the Green Party U.S. as well to get their message out and their information out, and we've got to move fast. We are at the precipice. We are at that point in our nation's history where I truly believe, and I know you agree with me, Steve, is that we have to wedge ourselves between these two parties as soon as possible, or at least get them to notice us. If we can at least get them to notice us, then we start to have a little bit of pull. Oh, and I've just almost forgot. I almost forgot. I'm so glad I didn't forget. The Green Party of California widens endorsements to include other party candidates. We got a press release coming out. I'm not going to go over it right now, but it's going to be coming out. It's going to talk about everything I discussed. It's going to be going over some of the candidates, some of the quotes that they're saying. And please, when you do get a chance, we'll also have that posted in our notes for you. All of our press releases will be on our inside of our notes for you guys to read, to have that information for you. And there you go. And that's it. Listen, thank you all very much for coming. Hopefully we'll get this moving and we'll start presenting more information and keeping more people informed and gathering more subscribers and sharers and viewers. And then we can have people sending out our message to more people, not just in California, but across the nation. What's wrong with that? But I think it's important for us to be out there because our candidates want to work for you. They want to work for you, nobody else. And we're talking about the U.S. voting republic, and they care. These are the people that actually care. Anyway, thank you all for coming. That's about it. Uh, Steve, go ahead and say aloha, or your Spanish, please. Do you want to say anything in Spanish to anybody?
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Hasta luego from Steve CORREA, and mahalo nui aloha, and aloha to everybody for coming in to see us here at Green Party News coming up soon. All right. Aloha, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.